Oh yeah, those are good
Yeah,
choices. Yeah.
yeah. Other than that,
I
it
like
wasn't
South
really.
Park. I've
I
never gotten it into The Simpsons. I know that like I know I need to like watch it because
Yeah,
it's like
neither have
watching
I.
Seinfeld, kind
I think
of.
it was. Yeah, I watched Seinfeld because my parents loved Seinfeld, and Seinfeld's
Yeah,
awesome. But yeah,
yeah,
I think The Simpsons may have been like half a generation ahead of us.
yeah. I think so too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed it, but I mean, it's on Disney Plus. I was trying to watch like the really good episodes. I was trying to find them, but
Okay.
yeah, I guess like the first few seasons are pretty good.
Gotcha.
But anyway, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Movie Mood.
I'm John Alberto.
And I'm Alex Van Horn. And today we're going to be talking about our top 10 movies of the year so far. And I think it's been a pretty good year for movies. What do you think, John?
I think it's been a fantastic year for movies. I To be perfectly candid, I haven't seen too many movies this year, but out of the movies I have seen, I've felt positively about the vast majority of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say, well, there are a few I guess I actively disliked, but I watched a lot. I can't count how many. I mean, we've seen a lot of movies in theaters, probably more than most people have. Um, but yeah, generally has been some good movies that have come out this year and on streaming as well.
Yeah, and kind of fun and diverse movies, you know.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
What's your number one or number two or tied?
You want to start number one, or do you want to start 10 and
Well,
work our way? What do
let's
you
yeah,
think?
let's work our way up. Let's make it exciting.
Okay.
So what's your what's your number 10?
Oh, my number 10 is a gem. Marvel Cinematic Universe, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
Sam Raimi having fun.
Yeah.
Um, just a wild ride.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that movie came out this year, but yeah, that's true. Yeah. It was a good one. I wasn't crazy about it, but I enjoyed watching it, like going to the theater. Um, but yes, there are definitely some Sam Raimi, like you could tell he directed it, despite how obviously it plays into the giant universe, multiverse, whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but
And yeah, just as a
yeah.
clarification, I've only seen 13 movies this year. so so
Yeah.
this is a movie that I feel okay about. Like, I generally enjoyed it. I didn't like get too much out of it, but I felt it was considerably better than a few of the other movies I saw this year. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Nope, not
Yeah.
yet. It's very high on my watch list though. Um
Yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking about and I read some article in the New Yorker because I'm
Oh,
cultured.
fancy.
And there's this whole like think piece about multiverse and like why it's a multiverse moment in movies and all this other stuff. Like it's just like a popular and for me personally, I'm tired of the multiverse just because it feels like it's like a way for them to just keep the machine rolling kind of thing. But everywhere all at once does make an
What
interesting case
well
for the
what
universe as
when you
artistic.
say you're tired of the multiverse, what do you mean, like you're tired of
I'm tired. I
multi
guess I'm tired of it like coming up in like superhero movies a lot. Like
oh,
just kind of like it just kind of creates an
it
endless
just
loop.
oh I agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I've heard Everything Everywhere All at Once is quite a great multiverse movie.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. And it is not on my list. I might consider putting it on my list, but yeah, it wasn't. I feel like I liked it a lot, but for some reason there's something I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it another time. But yeah,
Yeah. You're actually one of the few people I have met who have seen it that haven't absolutely raved about it. You
Yeah,
know,
I
said
think
it's like the best A24
yeah.
movie they've ever seen.
No, it's not the best A24 movie I've ever seen. And I like those directors. They did like the Swiss Army Man. We love that movie.
We do. Yeah.
Similar vibes, similar like batshit vibes, which is cool. I like that. I think I liked it. It's possible that my opinion of it is skewed because I went to go see it with Becky and she didn't like it.
Ah, I see.
But like um I liked it in general. Yeah.
Right on.
It
Right
just
on.
it wasn't my fave. It was my
Yeah.
fave. But it might grow on me. Like honestly, that was one of those movies where there's certain things like I didn't notice that I read about later. I might reconsider my opinion in the
Okay.
future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so where does that put you at for number 10? Where
My number 10 is funny. So I chose Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe
nice.
on Paramount Plus, which
Right
Paramount
on.
Plus had a few they've got a good, I mean, they're obviously there used to be Paramount, so they're still got the ability to make movies, but they had some good streaming movies for sure,
Yeah, it
including
is.
Significant Other, which is also a really good horror sci-fi thing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
never really watched I never really watched the show as a adolescent, but I liked the other Mike Judge comedy, King of the Hill, a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Similar vibes.
I'm sure it's a
Yeah.
similar vibe. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I think in the first Beavis and Butthead, there's like a part where who's the main character of King of the Hill? Is his name like
Hank
Hank or
Hill.
Hank Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Hank Hill is in the first Beavis and Butthead. You should check it out. The second one is also really good, and it just kind of like it's like there's just the same like stupid jokes that are in Beavis and Butthead movies, but it's like they bring up a lot of like woke college kids and a lot of like current events kind of stuff, and it's funny. It's a good one.
Nice. So what
Yeah.
about it brought it all the way into your top 10 of
I
2020?
just enjoyed it. I just
Cool.
thoroughly it was just funny and stupid, and I just thoroughly enjoyed myself watching it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the peak for me, is if I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw it in there.
Gotta enjoy the movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What is your number 9?
The first of 2 music biopics on my list this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So we got Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Premiered on the Roku channel.
Yeah.
It was goofy. It was entertaining. Probably how you felt about your last pick. It was just a movie that was kind of nostalgic, kind of fun, and left me feeling entertained and enjoying it. So,
Yeah.
and I've always liked Daniel Radcliffe, both as Harry Potter and post Harry Potter.
He has some wild roles.
So he has some absolutely wild roles, and he just has a very good energy about him. And I like to support his endeavors.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like him and Robert Pattinson had like a similar trajectory, but Robert Pattinson is a little more successful.
Yeah,
in his post like series kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see it. Were you a Weird Al Yankovic fan when you were a kid?
I think as much as the next kid was.
Yeah.
In
middle school.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check it out. I generally I feel like it kind of reminds me when I saw the trailer, and also I kind of thought about this about another music biopic. It reminded me a lot of Walk Hard.
Yes. It's
like that similar thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's cool that it was just like Funny or Die YouTube sketch that was made like 10 years ago with like Aaron Paul, and then
nice.
Yeah, and then they made it into a whole movie. So it's kind of fun when like stuff like that comes to fruition.
That's awesome. There are a few like Funny or Die things that I really like. Like one of my favorite short films is Funny or Die thing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. For my number 9, I chose Bros.
Nice. Yeah.
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 It's great. It's hilarious. I feel like it's a good like romantic comedy, and it's a good like also I didn't really appreciate Billy Eichner until I started seeing his stuff on Becky's TikTok. But he's really good. He's really like quick-witted, and I guess he wrote the screenplay partially, and it's just
Yeah.
very
I was
like
gonna ask, did he write the?
yeah.
Okay.
Very like of course like it's produced by Judd Apatow, and it has like very Judd Apatow, like anything he produces is has Judd Apatow vibes. It's kind of like that. It's just like a very good quality romantic comedy that has a lot of biting satire.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I heard it underperformed a little bit at the box office, which is a bit of a shame, but
Yeah, because of the homophobes.
I would, but yeah, it's definitely one that's on my watch list for the year. So
yeah, it's one of the best for sure. I thought it was great.
mhm. Yep.
And what is your number 8?
All right. Eventually we'll get to good movies, I promise.
Oh, you're good.
Number 8, we have Jackass Forever.
Oh yeah, that was great. That's a great movie, actually. I totally forgot how good it was.
Yeah, I guess I'm just enjoying my middle school years these days.
For real,
Sam
back.
Raimi superhero movies, Weird Al, Jackass. Like,
dude, I'm a middle school teacher, so I am a middle schooler. So
I'm going through a third life crisis, maybe. I don't know, but
for real,
yeah,
I hear that. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, I hadn't really watched Jackass like at all, really, until recently, and that was like a really good one, and it was like very like heartwarming also, and they always have good music. So
yeah. And Johnny Knoxville just seems like an awesome dude. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Seems like a wild guy to hang out with.
Yeah, all the dudes, all the guys in that. The one where they put the bear in. They had like a bear in the room with a guy.
Oh my gosh, it's wild.
Yeah. I like Eric Andre in that too. Are you a fan of Eric Andre?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
He
definitely takes from he's meant to be in that movie.
I forget what it was called. I watched a movie on Netflix maybe a year ago at this point that had Eric Andre in it, and he's just like going to New York or something like that.
Yeah. No, that movie, that was actually one of the best of last year for sure.
I
Bad Trip.
Yes, it was a gem.
And it had Tiffany Haddish. That was such a good one.
Yep.
So good. Oh man. Yeah. Eric Andre is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great choice for number 8.
Mm-hmm. What do you have for number 8?
I chose Smile.
Okay.
Yeah. Smile was really good. Yeah. It was cool. It wasn't great, but it was very, very, it was like a really just some very high quality horror movies, I feel like, coming out.
Yeah.
These days.
When I watched the trailer, I got kind of like really serious, like the Ring 2002 vibes from it. And I felt like it was going to be like really generic. So what made it like ultimately stand out to you?
I think it was a lot of stuff that was kind of similar. I got a vibe of similar to, we'll probably talk about Barbarian in a little bit. I got, especially towards the end, very heavy Barbarian vibes. And yeah, definitely The Ring and that era, The Grudge, that kind of like that style of horror movie. It was very like quintessential, like just a very well made genre movie. I felt like, yeah, very scary. I actually, funny story, I don't know if I told you, but I got some people kicked out of the movie theater during that movie.
What were they doing?
They were being so heinous. They were like, they like, this one kid had his cell phone out blasting his like flashlight, and it was like this lady had brought her kids, and
Mhm.
they were like just talking at the top of their lungs about like Fortnite and all this other stuff, and they were like just like had their phones out, or like talking at normal volume, and everyone in the crowd just like, shh, quiet, shut up. And I was like, I'm not gonna stand for this, and I went and complained to the manager and got them
Good.
kicked out. Yeah,
More
yeah,
power to you. Good for you.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I think being a middle school teacher has taught me to
Yeah.
not
I
be
think
afraid to seek authority in that way.
with horror movies, it's okay to be a little bit more verbose than you would
For
usually be
sure.
in a movie theater, like be a little bit more animated, be like, oh shit or whatever. But like
Yeah, yeah,
if you have like your flashlight on, having conversations, that's just not cool.
yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like there's totally like a like there's a way you can talk in the theater that's not bad. And certain movies, like especially horror movies, like you probably could talk and say "oh shit" or something. Like
Yeah.
when I saw Midsummer, the best talking
Mm,
of any, because they were like involved in the movie, and so it just made it better. Like all their reactions, it was amazing. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
but that is my number 8.
Okay.
Or yeah,
All right. So that takes us to
or
number
was that?
7. That
Yeah,
was 8. That was 8.
that was 8.
Was that
Yeah,
your 8?
yeah, that was my 8.
All right.
Just checking.
All right, so that takes us to 7.
Yeah, what's your number 7?
We do know how to count down, and
Yeah.
my number 7 was the Batman.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
There were some good things about it for sure.
Yeah, definitely some good things about it. It hasn't been a movie that I have revisited since it's dropped on HBO Max. I only saw it the one time in theaters.
Yeah.
But just I try not to watch as many superhero movies as I used to, just because there's so many out there.
So
And it gets like
there's Star Wars movies.
overwhelming
There's so many.
and tough. But when you have Robert Pattinson, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, John Turturro, Zoe Kravitz, like, how can I not watch? And
Yeah.
it was good.
It was good. There
Yeah.
I didn't love it as much as the Christopher Nolan or the Tim Burton ones, but it was
No.
definitely good and had some really cool, like I felt like a lot of 70s throwback stuff in it.
Yes, I would agree with that.
And like the ending was kind of like Parallax View a little bit. I got a lot of vibes of that, or like Chinatown, I guess. There's a lot of
Yeah.
the mystery, solving the mystery and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed watching it in theaters. It was very long.
It was very long. I did think, yeah, I agree with you. It's certainly not up to the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, or Batman Returns or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I thought it was far superior to 2019's Joker. And
Oh yeah.
also the DC extended universe Batman movies.
Yeah, the DC extended universe is kind of a hot mess. It's kind of funny though.
I mean, whatever.
Just the Batman versus Superman nonsense was the wildest thing.
Yeah,
ever
that was a pretty not good movie.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty not
I
good.
feel like I went to go see that with my friends, and we were just all like, what the hell is going on? What is this movie?
Yeah.
The pee on the judge's table or whatever. Just like felt like the movie was broken.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that was a mess. And it's continued to be a mess.
Yeah. So. But we're for it. We're showing up.
Yeah, well, why not? Why not? All right. So what was your number 7? Oh, go ahead.
My number 7 is so once you get into this side of my list, these are all like very what I felt like were very, very good movies. So in this one, I might, like, if I was like a a film critic or whatever, like a real, I would probably put it at the top of my list, but it's not. But it's up there. I would put it among the top. And it was called Tar, and it's in theaters right now.
Okay. And what is Tar?
So Tar is it is a movie by Todd Fields, who I've never really seen any of his movies, but I'm intrigued. Want to watch more. And it's about Kate Blanchett is like this big personality music composer who has who basically it's like a fall from grace kind of thing. And she's like kind of is supposed to embody, I feel like the big, you could even like use directors or writers or any kind of like the big personalities like the Hemingways or the whatever Woody Allen or a just any kind of big personality. It's kind of like about that, and is also kind of about like just kind of like that in the 21st century. And she's like putting on this play, and like there's all this kind of intrigue and drama. Well, no, she's not putting on a play, she's putting on like a composition of like Bach or something.
Oh wow.
I don't know anything about classical music, but it sounded cool. But cool thing about Todd Fields is he was in Eyes Wide Shut.
He was in Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah, he was he was the piano player, I think, who gives Tom Cruise the and I was immediately like, I gotta see Todd Field movies for sure.
Nice.
But there's definitely like a heavy Kubrick feel to the movie. Kind of similar, it made me think of Manchester by the Sea, and that like how cold it is, and like all the classical music. I just felt like very similar. It wasn't as sad as Manchester by the Sea. It was pretty sad, but it was more Kubricky, I guess.
Oh, I would probably love it.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's long, but I really enjoyed it. Also, there's like this new trend, at least in 2 movies I've seen, where they put like the giant credits that all the movies have, they put them at the beginning so that you can see like the hundreds of people that worked on a movie.
I like
they do that. They do that now, and it's interesting. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm about it.
That. Yeah, I'm about that too.
Yeah, but it also Tar, I felt like I didn't really notice Kate Blanchett that much. I feel like she kind of gets typecast a lot, but she's really good. Really good in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
And that's my number 7.
All right. Now we're at number 6.
Yeah.
And I promise I have good taste in movies.
No, I know. It's all good. We're all like, the next one is not going to be one that you like, so don't worry.
All right. Beast.
Oh no. Hell yeah. Oh, I forgot about that movie. I didn't see.
Well, I was, making a list of the 13 movies I've seen this year. Yeah. And I was like, okay, Jurassic World is absolutely not going on my list because that movie was some hot garbage. But
oh yeah, I remember the last one. That was hot garbage too.
Yeah, we saw that one together.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Beast looked, I wanted to see it. Like, it even looked funny in the trailer. I was like, oh, that lion looks pretty scary.
It was scary, man. Lions are majestic creatures, and
you don't play with them either.
Yeah, you don't fuck with lions, man. Like,
that's cool.
Right.
What puts it in the list for you?
I think it's above the Batman because it's a movie that I would go back and watch again. Idris Elba was, his charismatic, great self in it, just being awesome. And I just like the setting, Africa and lions and
yeah, you went there.
Poachers getting their comeuppance.
Yeah, hell yeah. Go get them.
Yeah. So
nice. I definitely want to see it. It looked really fun.
Give it a watch, and
yeah.
I think I don't think it would be on your top 10, but I think you would get a kick out of it.
I might put it in my top 10. It's
Yeah.
possible. I might kick Smile out. Beast
Oh,
is better.
yeah.
All right. What's my number 6? Yes. I would say it's Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. And on thinking about it, I feel like if I watch it again, I might not like it as much as I did. But I was really into Nope when I first watched it. I was really, really into it.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about it. And I was thinking like I don't know if I'll connect to it as much. I gotta watch it again, I guess.
Yeah,
But
it's interesting for
yeah.
me because on further reflection, I personally liked it more than my initial reaction out of the theater.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's interesting that you're thinking over
Yeah.
time you'll appreciate it less.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I've read a lot of different things about it, and I'm like, yeah, but I really, really liked it when I first watched it because I felt like it was very meta and was very like about film and about representation, and I really liked the acting in it. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely I feel like one of the best movies, and it was just really fun to watch with like a full theater.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Similar to playing with the Spielberg vibes with like Jaws and
Oh,
all kinds of
mad,
different movies.
mad Spielberg
So
vibes, and
many. Yeah.
yeah,
Spielberg's or just any 80s horror movie you can
hmm
think of.
John
Yeah.
Carpenter,
Yeah, for sure.
dude.
Yeah.
Just kind of a sidebar, but I have been on a Wes Craven tear lately.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say we could talk about John Carpenter or Wes Craven. That'd be cool.
yeah. We'll have to do that soon.
Yeah.
I've been
Which
on a
which
serious kick lately.
which ones? Like Scream and
Yeah, I checked out Scream, checked out A
yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, which I had never seen before.
Yeah,
Um,
Nightmare of Elm Street is pretty cool. Johnny Depp.
he made a little bit of a lesser known one in '05 that I had seen multiple times before, but I still really like, called Red Eye. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, I
yeah,
always forget about Red Eye. Yeah.
it's just
No,
a
Red Eye
it's
is
just
so
a
good. So good.
really fun, tight thriller. Like,
Yeah, Red Eye is solid.
it's like
That's a solid movie.
it's only like an hour and 15 minutes long, and it's just, yeah, solid.
Yeah, it's got Cillian
Yeah.
Murphy, Killian
Mhm.
Murphy.
Yeah,
You say
Cillian
his
Murphy.
name.
Yep.
Yeah, Wes Craven is underrated. Scream 3 is underrated, or no, Scream 4 is underrated. Yeah, that's a really
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Which brings us to number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah, what is your number 5?
It's still another hot mess, man. But I've got Don't Worry, Darling. As
Okay,
my number
cool.
5.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but I will because it's on HBO. So
Yes, it dropped on HBO today, I think. And I will definitely be watching it again.
yeah,
It's pretty, it's kind of a it's kind of a goofy, 50s mystery. Not everything is as good as it seems. But I am a huge fan of 3 of the people in particular in this movie. I love Chris Pine. I think Florence Pugh truly is one of the best actresses
Yeah.
working today.
for sure.
She is absolutely fantastic, and
Nick Kroll.
I love Harry Styles so
I love
much.
that you love Harry Styles.
I love Harry Styles so much. Everything he does just works for me.
Oh man,
Yeah.
nice.
And I think Harry Styles should be the next James Bond.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. Possible. Yeah. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, absolutely. And when I went to see it on opening night, there were a ton of Harry Styles fans in the theater.
No way.
Just- yeah.
He's really popular. He's a very popular pop star for sure.
He's great, dude. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a Harry Styles. I don't really, I guess I don't really have any thoughts on him, but I just see him too much now. Now he's an actor and
He has such a good energy.
yeah. I gotta see the movie. Let me see Don't
Yeah.
Worry, Darling. He was good in Dunkirk though. Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
he was good. I
Very,
like a
very
few of the
different in
songs.
this than in Dunkirk. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like a few of his songs. Yeah, he's cool. One thing that irks me is that at Target he has next to the vinyl section, because they have a vinyl section at Target.
Right, right, right.
There's a book when that his new record came out. There's a book that says like Harry's Guide to Vinyl. Don't it doesn't
Yeah, you have to check it out, man.
No. I don't need
You,
to.
you don't trust
I don't
you
have
don't trust
to.
Harry on.
I don't trust that. I don't trust that it's in Target.
Fair
But
enough.
good for him. And he's, I'll check it out. I have an open mind because I read a few things about Don't Worry Darling that it sounds like it's interesting, and most people say it's bad, and sometimes that means it might be good. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna definitely check it out for sure.
yeah.
And there's too much drama to miss out on.
There's a lot of drama.
So much drama.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it's great.
yeah.
There's a lot. For my number 5, I chose Hustle
Hustle.
on Netflix.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And why did you put Hustle as your number 5?
It's a solid sports movie, and it kind of made me think like I don't think it would have come out or been made if Uncut Gems had been made, and it almost feels like a sequel to Uncut Gems if you liked um, Adam Sandler's character more, or if he was like not a jewel person but was a basketball agent. And I don't know really much about basketball, but I like basketball, and I like to watch basketball, and it just seemed like it was a very like a well-made, just like a great sports movie for sure. Yeah,
That's awesome. And yeah,
you should
I
see
mean,
it. You should watch it.
I know
Yeah,
I should.
yeah. You'd love it.
I love sports movies. I love Philadelphia sports movies.
Yeah,
And Adam Sandler is kind of in a part of his career that he's not used to. He's getting a lot of critical praise right now.
yeah. He's got good roles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also LeBron
yeah. That's
Hustle.
right.
So,
Yeah, it's definitely like like if you know basketball, it's a basketball movie. Like there's a lot of like real players that are in it, that act in it.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
I just thought it was great, and yeah,
Nice.
solid movie, and it takes place partially in Spain. So
Right on. Yeah, I
Mhm.
saw that Anthony Edwards was in it, and I was thinking Anthony
Yeah.
Edwards like Goose from Top Gun, but it was actually the basketball player Anthony Edwards. So
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
yeah. But
All
yeah,
right.
so
Yes.
that
Should
takes
check
us.
it out.
Yeah, I will check it out. Which
Number
brings
4.
number 4, and that's where ultimately, after months of reflection and enjoying it, I put Nope.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna rewatch it again because I did love it. I loved it when I saw it, and it was just really cool. Just a really good movie.
Yeah, really solid movie. Yeah, I think
Jordan Peele is a very good screenwriter. I think
he's
like
a
very
fantastic
good.
screenwriter, and I don't know who does the cinematography for his movies off the top of my head.
Probably different
But
people for different movies, I guess.
but I don't know. I mean, like all 3 of his movies have absolutely gorgeous cinematography.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. I think especially this one also because they shot it in IMAX, and well, if you like the landscape, all the like Western kind of style stuff, that's definitely a good throwback.
Yeah.
But the cinematography is really good, and I like that one character that was the cinematographer character.
Yeah, I know you did.
It was like cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's my hero.
Yeah.
My number 4 is a movie that probably was not really seen much by a lot of people, but it's pretty cool. It's a French movie by Claire Denis, who since Jean-Luc Godard died, she's probably number 1 French film director alive now. And she just kind of finished up a trilogy with this movie of Juliette Binoche movies. And those are the movies that kind of got me started on watching her movies. So it was like cool to see that in theaters. Let the Sun Shine In and with Robert Pattinson, High Life are the two movies before that.
Mhm.
And this one is, has Juliette Binoche, and it's similar vibes, but she's like taking on different genres, but like doing it in her like signature style, which is very like very political and very almost realistic, and all kinds of stuff. Hard to describe. She's just a good filmmaker, really great, one of the best. And Both Sides of the Blade is the movie that came out this year, and the title in French sounds better. Both Sides of the Blade. I don't know why they called it that, but it's fine. I can't remember the French title, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm looking at the French title on Wikipedia right now, and I don't know what it means because I do not speak French, but I do know that it does not mean both sides of the blade.
Let me see. I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah, check it out.
Uh, yeah. What was it called? Avec Amour. It's with love and whatever that is. With love and fury. That sounds so much better than Both Sides of the Blade. Like what?
Yeah,
What does Both Sides of the Blade even mean?
yeah, it's so
But
cool. Sometimes movies get such cool titles in other countries. Like what was Die Hard in Spain?
oh yeah, I forgot. It was really I totally forgot.
Like the Glass Jungle or something.
Oh
Like
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Jungla de Cristal.
yeah,
Yeah, the Glass Jungle. That's a cool title
that is
for
a
the building that
super
he's
cool
in.
title. Yeah,
Yeah. Die Hard is also cool, but
true.
Glass Jungle, that's pretty rad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's the only foreign movie that I have.
Okay.
But Tar and one of the other movies are flirting with being a foreign film.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
what is yours?
Yeah, my number three is it's also a small movie that nobody really saw. But yeah, I think it was a French movie as well. It was called
Really?
Top Gun Maverick. Um,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. Really, really high quality action movie. Tom Cruise is still at his best. Miles Teller is awesome in it. Glenn Powell loves playing pilots, and he's so good at playing pilots.
Is that the dude who's in Devotion, the
You,
Korean War movie?
yeah, he's playing a
Yeah.
pilot in another movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was John Glenn in Hidden Figures.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would buy him being a pilot. That's
I
probably
would
why
I
he
would let him fly my plane any day.
right on the Silver Dome.
Yeah.
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 No, he's great, and he definitely steals the show in that movie. Yeah. Topic Maverick is on my 2, and it was very, very good. I haven't rewatched it yet, but yeah, amazing. I mean, Tom Cruise. I was I was listening to Becky's film class, and they're showing Born on the 4th of July, and the teacher was like, for all those Tom Cruise haters out there, but he's a legit, like, real good movie star for sure.
Oh,
Like
he's
he's
a
really,
terrific movie star.
yeah. And
Yeah.
say what you will about Scientology, it is problematic for sure, but
Yes.
he's making some real high quality stuff in
Yeah.
Mission Impossible and Top Gun. I guess the big difference you can see is that like Maverick is really likable in this movie, whereas Top Gun he's not, but it's fine. It's a great action movie.
Yeah. I think it kind of brought everything together from the first Top Gun kind of full circle, like he's not like he's still the same character, like he's still cocky, he's still, all of those things that make Pete Maverick Mitchell, but he's he's wiser at the same time, and now he's leading the new generation, and it's very, very cheesy, but it works.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer's in it. And Yeah. No, it was a fantastic movie, and I do think, yeah, a lot of people do like it better than in the original, and I think it's a different beast than the original for sure, in a
Yeah,
good way, in a really good way.
yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
I agree.
Yes. So that is also my two. So I have which brings us to my three.
Yeah, what's
Yes.
your three?
Yeah. I'm just making sure we're matched up. So my three was a really incredible horror movie. So many good horror movies out lately. There's like kind of a renaissance going on. Of it's called Watcher,
Watcher. Yeah,
and
not the
it
Netflix
is
show, right?
not the Netflix show, but I thought the Netflix show was pretty fun. We can talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
It
It
was
was
kind of a
goofy.
hot mess towards the
Yeah,
end.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty
Like
goofy.
but Watcher is almost very like almost a Rosemary's Baby kind of movie. It's about this girl that goes to Romania and is like by herself, and she sees this person watching her the window, and it's a serial killer, but it's a very well made uh movie, thriller, or horror film. And yeah, some of my
Nice.
top three, up there with Nope for sure. I think that they were both great movies.
Yeah. Who directed it?
That's a good question. Starring Maka Monroe and directed by Chloe Akuno, somebody
Okay.
over not as well known. Um, we could also talk about the TV show The Watcher, which
That was a silly show.
like the dialogue was like, I was like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah,
just
just
the best line in that for me was my wife was so upset she couldn't enjoy her glass of wine last night. Like, just some really good
I know.
yelling and roasting, and I was like, what is going on? Like, these people are just hysterical, and especially towards the end. But it started out kind of like a good suspense thing, and then it was
Yeah, like it started out like actually like a little bit compelling. I was like, what's going on? Like
yeah.
this is so mysterious. And then it descended into madness. And
Yeah.
it was, I will admit, it was fun.
Yeah,
It was
it
a lot
was
of
really
fun.
fun. I was
Yeah,
really engaged for sure.
yeah.
And I really like the lead guy, and just like him just losing his shit at everybody.
Oh my gosh, I know. He was so angry. He was such an angry man.
He was like, "Don't wear that at the dinner table." He's like, "No phones at the table. I'm taking your phone."
The
I totally
deviant.
get that vibe being a middle
Yeah.
school teacher. But The Watcher and The Watcher, check them out.
I will.
Yeah.
I will definitely do that. Okay,
Do
and
we have
then
the same number one?
I
Or
think
what's
we
your number two?
yeah, we gotta get to number two. So
Yeah,
we
what's your number
might have the
two?
same number one,
Yeah.
unless your number one is not what I think your number one is. But my number two
What's your number
is
two?
Elvis.
Okay. Then
Yes,
our number one might be the same number one.
I think it is. I think it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah. Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis. I loved it. I
Yeah.
thought Austin. I like Baz Luhrmann more than most people like Baz Luhrmann. I think.
Yeah.
I I I unironically think he's a very good director. I
He
think
is
he's
good.
like I think he's like I get very mad Scorsese vibes from um from his
Baz.
movies. Yeah. Yeah, like
That's a hot take.
it is a hot take, but I loved 2014's The Great Gatsby. I love Romeo and
Yeah.
Juliet. Moulin Rouge is great.
Mhm.
And if you were, making a biopic about Elvis Presley's life, just this larger than life person that, really kind of transcended the era that he was in. I think that you really can't go wrong with Baz Luhrmann. And Austin Butler, who plays Elvis, is absolutely fantastic. I think he should get an Oscar nomination for the performance. And Tom Hanks is doing his own thing. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it's a good movie that I have revisited, even though it's very long.
Mm.
Yeah,
I hear you. No, it's great. I don't think I love it, but I thought it was very good. I think both the performance from Austin Butler is amazing. Definitely, it's a great performance. Baz is at his wackiest.
yeah,
No, but he's. I was thinking about what you said about Baz and Martin Scorsese, and I think the big difference between them is I think Scorsese is very realistic. I think he's very neat, like almost like neo-realistic. Not in all of his movies, but in most of his movies, like Departed or not The Aviator, but definitely in his like a lot of his movies. I think he's my cat's
yeah. I mean, he's not telling like hey kitty, he's not telling like fantastical stories. Like these are
no,
certainly things that could happen in the real world,
yeah,
but like the way he tells them is still kind
showy,
of
yeah,
very showy. Like,
mhm,
Wolf of Wall Street comes to mind for that. The Aviator absolutely comes to mind for that.
yeah.
Just in the camera work itself, and the way
That's
he
true.
uses
I think they
them.
do have the similar camera work style, and both almost kind of harken back to like silent films a lot of the time, especially in like The Great Gatsby and in Elvis. There's like the weird title sequence. This cat is about to bite me, by the way. I'm trying to. He's in a mood.
Cranky kitty.
He is. I need to get a spray bottle. But don't bite me.
Yeah, my
But
cat's a scratcher.
yeah, this
Yeah.
one will grab onto me and bite me.
Yep.
But I liked Elvis. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is like I think he's got some bad guy roles coming in. I think he's gonna start being a villain.
It's
Maybe.
been an interesting year for Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Do
Um,
you know about Chet Hanks?
I don't.
You should look up Chet Hanks.
I
His
will.
son. He's he's great.
Is
He's
he
wild.
just a personality?
Man.
Like,
Yo, man. Just check out like 2 interviews with that guy. Oh
okay,
my god.
all right. So I haven't checked out interviews, but I read the first sentence of his Wikipedia article. Chester Marlon Hanks, known professionally as Chet Hanks, and
Yeah.
Hanks is spelled Hanx.
Oh yeah, he changed it up. I think
Yeah.
he's a trip, dude. He's a trip. You'll have fun. You'll dive
rad.
like once you start like you'll dive down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'll go down the rabbit hole for sure.
But I don't know if that has anything to do with Tom Hanks now, doing all these roles, but I think it's interesting, but yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's hard to reckon with. But I think you should do it. Like with Henry Fonda had some really good villain roles in spaghetti western, so it'd be cool to see the good guy become a bad guy. But that accent, I don't know.
Yeah. And dude, his accent in the movie that is on the bottom of my list for the year, Pinocchio. He's just
well, he's in Pinocchio.
Yeah, the Robert Zemeckis Pinocchio.
I didn't even know Robert Zemeckis directed that.
Yeah, he plays Geppetto, and it's he's just being goofy this year.
Yeah, it sounds like it. He's like, I'm gonna be a bad guy and be goofy.
Yeah. So good on him.
Good for him. Yeah, he's got to change it up. I mean, he's been playing. He's a great actor.
He's been
obviously.
America's dad forever. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I like Elvis for sure. I would even maybe put it in my list too.
Nice.
But yeah. But our number one.
What's your number two?
My number two is Top Gun.
Oh, nice. That's right.
Top Gun Maverick. Yeah.
Yes. So do we have the same number one?
Probably is Barbarian. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just rewatched it again, and just noticed more stuff about it. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so it's the only movie I saw twice in theaters this year.
Nice.
I I it's so good.
It's so good.
It's everybody in it is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it kind of changes directions in the middle of the movie,
Hmm.
where you didn't expect it to go, and Justin Long shows up,
Oh my God.
and
Yeah.
he is just the absolute worst.
He's like the Christoph Waltz of that movie. Almost. You can maybe
Yeah,
make the case.
and it's a wild ride. It is so fun, and I recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to get everybody to watch it. Well, I think people are onto it because
Yeah,
I
I
think
think now
it
that
is
it's
very
on,
popular.
yeah, it made a lot of money at the box
Yeah.
office, and now it's on HBO. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it certainly has an audience. And I had actually never heard of it before you recommended I check it out,
Yeah.
and I think that night you sent me the text. I went to go see it, and I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Oh yeah. I heard about it. I just like saw it in the New York Times. That was a good review, and I was like, "What is this?" And I had really not heard of it, and then I went to go see it with no expectations, and it's like hard to explain like what it is to somebody who's about to see it because you don't want to give away stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, just a really also very incredible screenplay and like how everything was laid out. And also there's a lot of like themes that are in it that they don't like bludgeon you over the head with. It's just, they're just
Exactly,
there. Yeah.
exactly.
Like
And
Me
that,
Too and White Flight and yeah, like
oh, for
that's
sure, yeah,
yeah,
it's there, and you're right. It doesn't hit you over the head with
yeah.
it, but it is there, and it's
It's
a big part of the movie.
yeah.
Um,
But then
so
it's also like a really like really crazy horror movie that's like really ridiculous and funny.
yeah,
And yeah, like I heard I guess that Jordan Peele helped with the edits of the screenplay, which makes total sense.
mhm.
Yeah. But are you a fan of Whitest Kids, you know? Did you ever watch that
uh,
show?
I actually didn't.
Oh
No,
man,
but
that was a middle
I
school. That was a middle school
I
thing.
yeah. So middle school for me was Jackass,
Yeah.
but yeah, the director, right, was
Yeah.
one of the guys
Yeah, he's
behind
one of
that.
the
Yeah,
members of the
yeah,
Whitest Kids, you know. Yeah.
right,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, funny, very wacky, very like you when you know you find out that he made it, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like
yeah.
it's very similar humor and yeah.
And the tone kind of shifts in the middle of the movie
Hmm.
once Justin Long
Yeah,
shows up, because
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he
it's
is
cool how it does that. I love
he
that aspect.
he's so awful, but it's so funny at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, he's a bitch. He's like talking to his mom.
I know, yeah, he's talking to his mom.
And she's like, "Oh, honey, don't say that." He's like, she's a bitch. Like, she's like, "Love you, sweetie."
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
a trip. He like has a part like, she's like, "Come home, your dad wants to see you," and he's like, "Dad said that." Like,
Yeah, I know. That's what I was
it's so
thinking.
much. Like he's the best character. He's like the most like well drawn and like full dimensional, but he's also like the shittiest and like yeah.
The tape measure scene. It's just
Oh yeah.
hysterical.
He's like, oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, so
it's a hysterical movie. Like it's also like, you know, like comedy and horror can be serious for
yeah,
sure.
comedy and horror go really well together,
Definitely.
because,
Yeah.
I mean, horror in like the, horror sense is something that like obviously wouldn't happen in real life. So you take this thing that's already absurd and make it funny, it works.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Like
definitely.
don't take it too seriously, but
Yeah.
take it seriously, but have fun with it.
Yeah, there's definitely like themes in there that are very, you know, real and
Yeah.
that they bring up, and that just makes it even better.
Yes.
And like, spoiler alert, but like towards the end, I was just thinking he has that part where he like has that realization about like who he is, and he's like, I might be a bad person, but I need to change. And then like at the end, it totally like erases any like
Exactly. Yep.
You're like, oh yeah, and it's like, no, it did not change.
Uh,
It's pretty great. It's a great
what,
movie for sure. I think it's, yeah,
what a
one of the best of the
scoundrel.
year for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong, very strong likelihood it'll still be in my top 10, probably number one at the end of the year. It's great.
Yeah, for
So yeah,
sure.
that wraps up our top 10 for
2022
up
so
till
far.
November 7th. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's not really too many big Oscar movies I'm like really excited to see yet. But maybe something will pop up. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
And when it does, we will be back to fill you all in about it. So
that's right.
yep.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you for listening. This has been Movie Mood. I'm Max Van Horn.
I'm John Alberto. Thanks for watching.